So I'm just gonna dive in. Hello. Hi. It's been forever. Um, so sorry. I keep trying to look at myself. I have redone this video a million times, and I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm just gonna dive right on in, and that's gonna be that. Sorry about my background. I got dirty clothes, wood stove, and an electric heater. The room that I'm in is mine and my husband's bedroom right now. I'm going to explain everything. Um, it used to be, when this house was built, it was a carport, and they finished it, and the people that lived here before called it a cold room. They never put electric, or what's the word I'm looking for, a heating system, ventilation system out here that works like the rest of the house that everyone out here. So we just use an electric heater, and it heats the whole room. It's not a big deal, and it's a little bit chilly, so I have it on. So yeah, it's been forever. Like I said, I have sat here 10 times and made this video and didn't like it because I keep looking crazy like over here, and I shouldn't be. Should be looking directly at you guys. So I'm just gonna dive in, and it's just gonna be raw, uncut. Is that right? Unedited, and that's gonna be that. So I owe you guys an apology. Every time I do a video and come on, I say I'm gonna start getting so regular on my videos, and I'm gonna start doing videos all the time, and then I never do. So I'm sorry for that. I'm not gonna sit here this time and say I'm gonna do that, because let's be honest, life gets in the way, and I can't do that all the time. I don't make money on YouTube. It's something that I would love to have a passion for. I want to have a passion for. I want to be able to invest more time into it. Sorry, my throat is like scratchy. Invest more time in it, but it's hard because my life is so busy. So it's hard to do that. So I think the last video uploaded was a little clip of my nephew. But before that, the last actual video I did was a grocery haul, and I ended up accidentally deleting part 2, so you guys never got part 2 of that. I think is the one that I last uploaded. I'm really not 100%. I'd have to go back and look, but it's been about a year or a little more. So let's see. Last time you saw me, I don't know if I told you guys, but we were getting ready to move. So how it works where I live, we live like smack dab in the middle of 2 really big college towns. Like really, one is a really famous university. I've never told you guys where I live, and I probably won't ever, because I'm just not comfortable with that. Like, it takes 30 minutes to get to each university. So where I live, landlords typically do like 6-month to 1-year leases when you rent, which is what we have basically always done until recently, and I'm gonna get to that. So we've moved a lot, because once your 6-month or a year lease is up, whichever the landlord does, you usually have the option of staying there and signing another lease. Sometimes they won't let you. Sometimes you have to move when your lease is up. So we've moved a lot. Last time we left the house we were living in, excuse my face too, by the way. I just got out of the shower. I just got the kids a bit. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Random. Okay. Anyway, we found the house that I was convinced we were going to live in forever. So we moved. It was like my absolute dream house. It was a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, huge land. My neighbors were cows. I am somebody who loves being in the country and loves that atmosphere, and I've always wanted to live there. And we found this house, and it was just an old, well, not old, it was built in the 70s, so it was an older farmhouse. It wasn't like a 100-year-old farmhouse. I loved it. Loved everything about it. Told my husband we're going to renew our lease here and we're going to live here forever, or at least until we decide to buy something. So we lived there for about 8 months, and it was an absolute nightmare. We had lived there for about a month, and the basement, which looked finished, he told us it was finished. He told us it didn't leak. He told us it had never leaked, and it didn't flood. Whatever. So we lived there for about a month, and my daughter, we had it set up. It was a huge, like, I don't even know how to explain to you how big this basement was. It was a huge basement. We had one area of it set up with, like, a couch and a bookshelf and books and, like, a little reading area for the kids, and then we had another area set up with a couch and a love seat and a TV and a little, like, TV area for the kids, and then we had another area set up that was, like, toys and stuff, and then we had another area on the far end of the basement that my husband was going to, sorry, my back is hurting really bad sitting on the floor. My husband was going to make, like, an area for him. He was going to put a pool table and stuff like that, little man area. Oh, I'm sorry, my back is killing me. Hold on one second. Grab a pillow to sit on, see if that helps any. Okay, so my daughter was downstairs playing, and she came running upstairs to tell me and my husband. Move you guys a little bit closer so I can lean back some, because my back has been giving me issues and it's hurting really bad today. So I'm sorry guys, I told you this video is gonna be all over the place. You've probably clicked off by now, aren't even watching anymore. So my daughter was downstairs playing one day in a little play area when she came running upstairs and said, "Mom, Dad, the basement is leaking water out of the ceiling." And we were like, "What?" So luckily it was on the far end of the basement that my husband had plans for himself. We didn't have anything in it yet. And boy, was she not kidding when she said the basement was leaking water out of the ceiling. It was pouring water out of the ceiling. One of the pipes had busted, apparently. We called our landlord, and he says, "Figure it out. There's nothing I can do. I'm out of town." My husband says, "You can't call a plumber or something?" And he proceeds to tell us, "No, I don't have the money for that. Figure it out." Okay. We figured it out. We got it fixed. Luckily, my husband is a jack of all trades. The company he works for is a like a contractor company, construction. They do plumbing, they do electrical, they do mold removal. I'll bring you that in a minute. They do remodels, they do everything. So my husband was like, "Okay, so we've got to pay to fix this." "Yeah, figure it out. I'll knock whatever you spend off of your rent." "Okay, we'll figure it out. He's gonna knock it off our rent. Cool deal." So we figured it out. My husband fixed the pipe. We're good to go. We had to get the water out of the basement. We sucked it up with the shop vac. It was good. Everything was good. We moved in August, so this was in September. We hadn't been there quite a month yet, I don't think. Maybe a little over a month. So then in December, I want to say it was December, it was right before Christmas, I believe. Maybe. I'm not sure on the exact dates for all these guys. Anyways, we got another pretty big rainstorm. Or we got a really big rainstorm, and it had been raining really hard all night long. When we got up that morning, I went downstairs to do a load of laundry, and there was water in the basement from the rain up past my ankle. So we called the landlord, and it was the entire basement at this point. The basement was carpeted. It was bad. So we called the landlord, and again, we're told, figure it out. And my husband's like, okay, well, we don't have the equipment or the stuff to get this out of here. Can you rent a shop vac? Is there anything you can do to take care of the situation? And he again proceeds to tell us, no, I don't have the money for that. Do it and I'll knock it off your rent. Okay, so we had to go rent like shop vacs because the one that we had was not going to be enough to get this. I mean, the entire basement, it was a huge basement, had water up past our ankles. So we shop vaced it all up. My husband called him and he was like, hey, you know, I don't think the carpet is going to be salvageable this time. Last time it wasn't a lot of water. Because last time he was like, don't rip my carpet up. Don't rip my carpet up. And my husband's like, it's going to have to come up. I think my cat's trying to get in my bedroom. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, if anybody's still watching. So he's like, fine, if you have to rip the carpet up, rip the carpet up. So we ripped the carpet up and proceeded to find a crap load of mold. So, again, my husband calls him and he's like, there is a crap load of mold under this carpet. What are you going to do? Well, if I buy the stuff for it to be taken care of, because he knew that my husband works for a company where he knows how to do all this stuff. One of the things that they do at my husband's company is mold removal. So my husband knows what he's doing. Sorry. Binky, don't, baby, before you knock the camera over. So, well, if I buy the stuff, will you guys take care of it? And my husband's like, yeah, fine. It's going to take days. You know, I'll have to just... Woo! Sorry. It's going to take days. But if you're not going to do it, I guess I'll do it. So he got one of his buddies that he works with, and they came over and took them probably every bit of a week working on this basement day in and day out to get the mold problem taken care of. This was the third time something like this had happened in our house, and the landlord told us to figure it out. We loved this house so much that we just didn't want to let it go. We just kept dealing with it and dealing with it and dealing with it. Then in February, this was 2016, by the way, where I live, we were under a blizzard warning. We were supposed to get anywhere from 12 to 24 inches. I think we ended up getting like 26 inches of snow. We woke up the morning that it was supposed to happen, and it was already snowing, but it wasn't heavy yet. And the landlord, we realized our heat is not working. The house was freezing. So we call our landlord, and we say, hey, the heat's not working. We're under a blizzard warning. We kind of have to have heat. And he says, you guys have a wood stove, use that. Okay. This was a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, not old, but older farmhouse. A wood stove is not going to heat this entire huge house. We have kids. We have to have heat. It is your responsibility as a landlord to make sure our heating equipment is working properly. So he very unwillingly, unwelcomely comes to the house and rigs the heat so that would work. My husband comes home from work and he's like, what is this? And I'm like, that's what he did. He ran a water hose to some, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you how he did it. And my husband was like, this is a fire hazard. We can't have the heat like this. And the landlord, my husband calls him, he's like, this is not going to work. This cannot work. And, well, I don't have the money to put a new heating system in there, and that's what it's going to need. So you guys are going to have to just deal with it like that until I get the money to put a new heating system in there. This, guys, was the final straw. The final straw. We were paying you a lot of money for this house. We searched online and found out how much the mortgage was, and it wasn't even anywhere close to what he was charging as a month in rent. He probably had every bit of $700 extra that didn't go toward the mortgage of this house. Why do you not have the money? We are paying you a very large amount of money a month. Every time we call you with a problem, we're told, you don't have the money to fix it. This was the final straw. I had to let my dream house go. So we were kind of in a bind. We were in a struggle. We didn't know where to go. We didn't really have the money to move. We're not, like I said, I don't make money on YouTube. You know, my husband allows me to be a stay-at-home mom. We don't have a ton of money. So now, how are we going to move? So it just so happened that my sister-in-law mother was getting ready to move away to a different state. And she said, hey, I've got my house, I'm moving, I was just going to sell it, but I'd be willing to rent it to you guys. Go ahead, move in, I won't charge you a deposit. Way cheaper than what we were renting. Not as big, still in the county that we were in, but, you know, okay, very grateful for you, thank you so much. So we ended up moving to where we're living now. We've been here since April, and we are actually in the process now of purchasing it. She is selling it to us. She lives in a different state, probably about 15, 16 or more hours away. It's probably more than that. It's probably about 20 hours or more away. She lives on the other side of the country. So it's been a little bit of a process because we're having to, like, mail papers to her, and she's having to sign them and send them back. But we're waiting on the final papers for her to get them. They were mailed. She's signing them and then sending them back, and everything will be finalized. You guys don't understand how excited I am right now. I don't ever have to move again. I can stay. There's no lease. Whew. This house has a lot of potential. It does need work. It needs work. And that's where I want to kind of bring you guys in. I know I always make these promises and then I break them. So I'm not going to promise you guys that I'm going to have the camera in my hand every step of the way. But, you know, this is something that I want to document because this is life-changing for us. My husband and I, like I said, we're not loaded. We get by. We never thought we would be homeowners, ever. So this is so exciting. Next week, my kids are going to my mom's house for a week. For it's spring break, and my mom recently moved to a different state also, and she's only 4 hours away though. She wants them for spring break, so we're taking them to her Sunday. So next week, I'm going to do a house tour for you guys and kind of show you guys the house and show you guys our vision. We have partially finished the kitchen, or done what we want to do to the kitchen. It still needs new countertops and new appliances. We've put in new cabinets and new floors already and painted. The next big project is the bathroom. The bathroom is in awful shape. So when I show you guys a house tour, I want you to remember exactly what I'm telling you. The house needs work, but it is ours, and it is so exciting. So I want to try, like I said, I want to bring you guys along on this journey. I want to try to document it because this is life-changing, and it's something that I want to be able to come back and look at and say, oh wow, that was so exciting. That was an awesome time in our lives. So that's where we're at today. So like I said, next week, I promise you guys, next week you will get a house tour. I'm going to kind of show you each room and kind of explain to you what we want to do in each room. Now, my brother and my sister-in-law are living here with us right now because they asked if they could move in and just save up a little bit of money until they can get on their feet. They're young. I'm 30. My brother is 22 and his girlfriend is 20. So we were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I will show you every room in the house except for theirs. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to document this. I'm excited to take you guys along on this journey. I'm just all around excited. Um, so I just wanted to come on here and kind of explain to you guys where I've been. That house we lived in was in the middle of nowhere. And for the whole 8 months we lived there, we were never able to find anybody in our area that would supply us with cable or internet. So I wasn't able to do videos. And then we moved in here, and it's just been crazy. It's just been a crazy journey, a crazy ride, and making videos has been the last thing on my mind. But well, I was sitting around for the past couple days thinking, and I was like, YouTube would be an awesome place to be able to document this journey and to be able to go back and look at it. And just, I'm excited. Like I said, I never dreamt that my husband and I would ever be homeowners, ever. And we are. We have one paper left to sign, and we will officially be homeowners. And I'm ecstatic. Ecstatic. So I apologize that this video is all over the place, and I apologize that it's a 21-minute video of me absolutely rambling. Most people probably still aren't watching it, so you probably don't even know what's coming. But I'm excited, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.